This is Alvin.
And this is tired.
Oh, well, that was Parapants. She's tired because we just watched episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12 of Koutetsujou no Kabaneri.
But that's a lot for me.
That's not that much. It's 4 episodes, 20.
That's a lot for me for one flippin' show, unless I really, really love it. And Kabaneri is not a show I really, really love, so.
Well, hold on. The only reason we did it, we did 2, we did 9 and 10, and then we both had that feeling like, I don't want to do this again. So, let's get it over with. Am I wrong?
You know what? You're the one who insisted we do this show.
You know why?
Why?
Because now it's over. It was only 12 episodes.
Yay. Alvin, thanks. Thanks for
really
looking out for us.
I'm really big on finishing things.
You know what? I think I had more I hate to say it, but I think I had more fun watching flippin' Super Lovers.
That was my plan all along. You're going to look back at Super Lovers and be like, that wasn't so bad.
No. It was bad, trust me. But I had more fun finding ways to tear that down than trying to find things in Kabaneri that were good.
All right. Let me just go through. Like, episode 9. What happened at episode 9? Oh, Biba. What did he do? They go in this town that's before the main town where the Shogun is. And they're like, oh, that's Biba. He's up to something. He can come hang out with us, but only bring women and children, even though the fucking assassins in this show are mostly fucking women and children. Well, I'm just thinking of that girl with the bangs and Mume. So, I don't know. It's ugh. So, Biba's planning something and nobody seems to fucking get it. And he basically covers his town with zombies and fucks it up. And it's all Mume's fault. And at this point, I mean...
Yes, it is really Mume's fault. He gives Mume an order to open up the gates to let the train in where Biba's dudes are. And Biba's dudes lead the Kabaneri into the fortress within the walls of the city. And, of course, they eat everybody. Yep. And people are dying left and right. There's carnage, bloodshed, chaos, fires erupting everywhere. And Mume is standing in the middle of it all like a dumbass. Like, why did this happen? Was I set up to do something bad? And I'm like banging my head repeatedly against the table.
And this episode, the Kabaneri with the bangs, I think her name's Horobi or something, becomes a black cloud or zombie conglomerate. And she burns out, and she's like, ho ho, even though I'm no longer the zombie conglomerate, I'm a fucking wild-ass killing machine. Let me kill some motherfuckers on my own side just to show how much of a fuck I don't give.
It's not that she doesn't give a fuck. She loses her mind.
Oh, until she goes up to Biba, and then it's like, oh, Biba, please stab me.
You know, she's got women feels.
No.
I think she had the hots for Biba.
Poor writing.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm explaining her motives. The thing is that she was carrying a torch for Biba, and she's like wrecking shit left and right because she's like, zombie monster now that like it got to her women's brains and it took over her. Yeah. And when she went up to Super Saiyan over there, she was like, oh my God, my uterus, it only remembers the touch of this wonderful man.
Hold on. I don't want to dwell too much because I want to go through all of it. Or should I have done... I should have just done this slowly. Well, we're still on 9, right? Let's do it slowly.
No. Let's get this... Let's not.
All right, so back on 9. A lot of a lot of these cartoons don't do redemption very well. They make characters irredeemable, and then they're like, all right, time to redeem them. And it's like, wait, no. You can't come back from that. I mean...
I don't know.
I'm talking about Mume basically fucking the whole town and then just being like, did I do that?
No. she didn't fall from flipping redemption, really, because she was never called out for it. Nobody hated her. She was set up the entire time to be this poor, misled, naive girl in danger. It was her fucking fault.
No, I meant I meant the author redeeming the character to the audience.
To the audience, okay.
And I'm like, that's what he tried to do, or she, or them. No, you know what? I don't think they even tried. I think
no, I don't even think she was meant to fall from grace in the eyes of the audience. I think she was set up to just be used, and we were supposed to feel bad that she was used.
No. I mean, then she goes up to the dude, and he's like, "Yeah, I did that shit," and she's like, "But brother, let's talk it out." And it's like,
no, because this is why. Because in order to fall from grace, you have to knowingly do something wrong. You have to know, and she didn't know. She thought she was doing something
but
good.
No. But once she realized she did something wrong, she didn't try to make up for it.
Yeah, but that was the story not acknowledging what a dumb fuck she is.
I hate this fucking character, and there's nothing you could say that would make me feel any different.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that she's not a fallen from grace character at this point.
No. In my mind, I'm like, okay, you really fucked up. How are you gonna make up for it? And she's like, I'm not. I'm just not.
Because I'm saying because the show doesn't acknowledge it as a malicious thing, so they don't punish it really.
All right, well that's what happens in episode 10. You got a black cloud. Biba fucks up a town because nobody expects him to come in with a shitload of zombies. I mean, who would do that? I mean, fucking stroke of genius. And then he goes on to the next town. Yeah. What?
Is that the Koutetsujou, right?
I think that's a train or something. I don't know.
Oh no. Fuck. What was the name? The Konogu. There was a lot of places with K's.
Yeah, I don't know. They would like just call trains by their names, but the names of the trains sound like the names of the towns. But all right, one more thing about this episode. Very end.
I mean, like, I just want
God damn it,
this place Chattanooga or some shit. Jesus
oh no, because if they did that, the fans would be like, "Oh, look at this localization." All right, main character in the end is taken out by that guy with a stick, and I'm like, wait, don't you have like zombie power? Why are you letting this dude with his stick beat the fuck out of you? But maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe he's just a bitch.
No. Ikuma? You're talking about Ikuma,
yeah.
Right? No.
The end of episode 9, the dude with the stick fucking knocks him the fuck out.
No. Ikuma is a punk ass bitch. He really is. Even with his Kabaneri powers, he's a punk bitch.
Well, we will come across more bitch stuff later.
Exactly. I mean, it's at some point this dude is always on the floor beneath somebody's boot. Like a gang of dudes are just kicking the shit out of him for some reason.
I blame Shinji for these bitch ass here. I want to talk about this a little more, but all right, let's go to episode 10. Biba starts talking about his shit, and I wrote down anime Darwinism because that's what it was, I guess.
What are you talking about?
Like how he's like, oh, the weak should just go get fucked in the ass. And this life is for the strong, but I mean, I think he just really wants to fuck shit up.
You know, I don't know. Yeah, where is he getting his philosophy from?
Because, well, that comes up in episode 11, where his dad stabs him, and he's like, that wasn't me. But let's talk about episode 10, where we learn that at 12 years old, he commanded 400,000 troops, and strangely enough, they all ended up dying.
Who'd have thunk it?
And he's like, this must be my dad's fault. Fuck you, Dad. And that was the beginning of his quest to kill everybody in Japan and then kill his dad. At this point, we realize that the guy who speaks Japanese with a very Western accent is alive. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, you know what? He's my favorite dude.
He's the only bright light in this fucking ocean of shit that is this fucking show. Fat friend catches a bullet because you
know why? Because I predicted that shit.
Yeah, you're always going up to second. Yeah, it's real fucking hard to go up to like secondary characters and go, that guy's going to die. It's
I think I want to say that I called that early on that the best friend was going to die at some point.
Congratulations, you figured out Koutetsujou no Kabaneri. You are the fucking master.
Why don't you just admit that I was right? You know.
You and Brand Sanderson
should
do some story writing classes. You should go write anime for a living. I wrote down another bitch hero because then he starts bitching. He just fucking bitches out supremely. He's like, oh, fucking gets kicked off the. No, is this when he gets kicked off the train?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I forgot. This is when they try to lead that rebellion that fucks up. Yeah, all right. So this is when Ikoma turns into super bitch and gets stabbed and kicked off the train.
Well, Biba I guess he pumps up Mume with some robot juice so her feelings can get muted or something. Because
Go ahead.
because apparently, she feels too much, and all and
She had a feelectomy.
yeah, she did. Too bad. And apparently she had like a intelligence ectomy too, because this entire time she's like, "Did brother lie to me?
Yeah.
What's going on?" Like, for most of the episode, she's like, "What's going on? Why is shit getting all fucked up? Is brother not the person I think he is?" And I just want to reach through the damn screen and choke her. She wouldn't need that damn ribbon over her neck, because I'll just choke the Kabaneri right out of her.
What's frustrating is you see this bitch Mume fucking up and fucking it up for everybody, and yet you can tell that the writers are like cradling her and treating her as this like precious Fabergé fucking egg. And they're like, "Oh, don't you want to tune into the last episode when we save Mume?" It's like, no, fuck Mume and fuck you.
You know what? They were like, every man watching this show is gonna like, I just want to protect her. I just have to protect Mume because she's like every man's little sister.
I bet the animators were like, getting tears all over their fucking cells, just like, "Oh my god, it's so touching."
Just dropping tears on their boners.
They're like, "I can't do it. I want to protect her now." It's like, no, she has to be in danger. We'll save her in the 12th episode.
How much pain and suffering must she endure?
Stay strong, brother. You know how these cartoons go. We got to put her in danger, and then we save her because she's beautiful.
And meanwhile, there's this one bitch in the corner. It's like, you know what? She did kill a lot of people with her stupidity.
And it's like, hey, get the coffee, all right? That's what you pay for. Nobody asked you. Who writes the cartoons here? We do. That's right. Fucking cartoon sucks. What was I gonna say? I think, I think in the 70s and 80s, there were no bitch heroes. There were no Shinjis, and there were no Ikomas. If you were a hero, you fucking did what was right all the time.
Well, you gotta change it up a little bit. You have to have the incompetent hero now and then, right?
I don't know. Well, you know what? Amuro, he had a lot of doubt. And
was he a bitch though?
He had a lot of bitch moments, yeah. But I don't know, man. I'm really sick of this shit. Whenever it's like 75% of the way through the show and your hero gets kicked around like a little bitch, I'm like, I'm out. I check out. I'm like, no, dude, you're not giving me what I want. I want to see some dude power up and fuck shit up, and then the enemy's like, well, that was a nice power up, but check this out. And then he powers up, and the hero's like, oh, I'm fucked. But in the end, the hero wins. That's all I want. Give it to me over and over until I'm dead.
I don't even think the main character in Boku no Academia is as big of a bitch.
He is, but it's in very light doses before he like powers up again and like solves the problem. And plus, there's a lot of fun going on in that too. And there are other characters who are proving themselves. The main character gets to take a little back seat and be a bitch. And we focus, yeah. And then they focus on someone else. But yeah, no. Boku no Hero is a way better cartoon than this. If you're listening to this, that means you've watched at least 10 episodes, probably, of the show. And I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry.
And, I'm actually kind of relieved that we're not the only ones that criticize the show. I don't know, we're probably a little harder on it. Some people give better analysis, like more in depth. But
hey, my analysis is in depth. I've said the word bitch like 55 times.
Okay, moving on.
All right, so yeah, Fat Friend gets, he gets a heroic death, I guess, because what does he do? He ends up saving Ikoma, who gets kicked out of the train. Episode 11 starts with BB getting the shit stabbed out of him by his dad, and then he's like, "Why you stab me, man?" And the dad was like, "It wasn't me. It was the concept of fear or something."
I think a lot of us can relate to those moments when our dad is just beating the shit out of us.
Oh yeah. Dad pulls a knife on you
and blaming it on something else. It wasn't me. It was the whiskey.
I wish it was the whiskey. Oh, that would be so much better.
Why? If Biba's dad was just a drunk?
It wasn't me, son. It was the liquor that made me do it. But yeah, all
It would
right.
have been better to say like, look, it wasn't me. This was all your fault for being such an asshole.
You fell on my favorite knife. Now you got it all bloody. All right, so yeah, we're at the Shogunate, and the Shogun is Biba's dad, and he's a dick. Biba's on his way.
I don't even know why his dad is a dick, to be honest. He's just an asshole for the sake of this plot.
Everybody, you're either a commoner, a zombie, or an asshole in this show. You get the moment where the communications guy goes up to the Shogun and he's like, shouldn't we tell them about the giant monster that destroyed the city? He's like, wait a minute. Are you the only one that knows about that? And like the dude doesn't even fucking pause. He's like, why yes, I'm the only one. So, I mean, except for you. I mean, and if something happens to the both of us, then nobody will know. And then he proceeds to get the shit stabbed out of him right in front of everybody. Just fucking no explanation.
Yeah, nobody calls that out.
Shogun can just stab you and they'll be like, yep, nigga fucked up. But it's like we were saying how he should have like paused, walked across the room, the other side of the room, and be like, yeah, I'm the only one that knows.
And broke out.
And just ran. But yeah, that was stupid. Biba comes in with another brilliant fucking plan.
And you know what? His father even goes, cut the formalities. I know you're up to for some reason, everyone seems to know that Biba is this Wile E. Coyote character and he's always up to shit. And yet they keep trusting this asshole.
It's like, I don't trust that guy. He always has a plan that always fucks shit up. All right, bring him into the main room with everybody. No, I want to talk to that nigga. No, he's tied up. It's cool. And then he's like, let me reach into your bag of shit. And, oh, there was a booby trap. What do you think? This fucking plan. I wrote down this fucking plan because just fucking fuck this plan. So they fuck up another city. You know, those cities look like they take a long time to fucking make. And they don't take that long to break down. I don't know. What else happens?
I don't know why Biba is so destructive. And yeah, you can say, well, he was abused by his dad, but that isn't enough to bring down civilization. Because after he's done just wrecking the hell out of this place, he asks himself, what am I going to destroy this time? So, like,
I told you that stabbing turned him to anime Darwinism, which he's like, oh, only the strong should survive, but I'm also going to kill everybody. So it's not real Darwinism. But yeah, that he's crazy. He's a crazy guy. That's as far as the show goes. I mean, if this was supposed to be anything like Shingeki no Kyojin in its tone, it failed just because, like, in the end I hated Shingeki no Kyojin because it was a total jerk off. But even I can acknowledge it had that kind of Dragon Ball fucking I gotta see what happens next thing going. I mean, it was compelling.
Well, I think the threat in Shingeki no Kyojin had a lot more character to it because the giants were very unsettling.
Yeah.
And the Kabaneri in this show, they're very generic.
Yeah, no.
They've got no character except for like when you get like, I don't know, those level up, those Kabaneri 2.0 creatures that can wear multiple zombies on them.
Yeah,
they're the only ones that seem to have a little bit more depth to them. But for the most part, like Alvin said in the previous show, the world doesn't feel like it's in any danger. It seems like it's business as usual in a lot of these places.
Yeah, except when Biba comes to your town and just fucks it all up. Other than that, you're safe. We're introduced to Kabaneri gender rules. For some reason, you could take a chick, fill her with blue jizz, and she'll turn into a giant monster Kabaneri made of a little tinier Kabane. But if you're a man, that doesn't work. Why? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? That's just the rule. So, and those monsters.
Because you have to be a woman so somebody can save you.
I guess. Fuck this show.
You know what? Maybe they plant something in a chick's hoo-ha or something, and that's what does it.
That's gross. No, he leans them over gently. He cradles them gently, and then like
Very romantically.
and then shoots blue jizz between their tits. And they're like, "Oh, Bebop, what's his name? Is it Bebop or BB?"
It's Bimbop.
Bebop, I love you so much. Obviously, you must know what you're doing, right? Every fucking time. You know, I can't even respect the hustle. Because ordinarily I'd be like, man, this guy's a pimp, but it's no.
And you know what? I'm getting the impression that this was probably the 50th time he's done this. And like every chick was like, after this, we're going to be together, right? He's like, sure, baby.
It's like, I'm the only one you do this to, right? He's like, why don't you take this blue jizz? Cowardice and Fear. Episode 12. Wait, does the guy do the power up in 11 or 12? Alright, so yeah, Ikoma shoots himself with black zombie jizz and gets a superpower up.
See, if you get the blue jizz, you become a great big zombie conglomerate. But if you get the black jizz, you just become very aggressive.
And if you get the white jizz, then
you're boring. You're a cuck.
Yeah. Or it's just regular jizz and you just got fucking jizzed on. It's a lot of risky stuff out there. Wait. So also before this, in episode 11, that's also when what's his name, BB does the Biba. He has his boys go out and stick people with Kabaneri juice, and they turn into Kabaneri, and then he gets on the loudspeaker and he's like, "Look, forget all that shit you know about not Kabaneri, Kabane. Forget all that shit you know about Kabane. I'm here to tell you that." You've been living with Kabane all along, and they could just turn on a dime. Look behind you, and everybody starts panicking because this is Japan, and why not? They just believe.
Yeah, and nobody, not one person stops to say, you know, we didn't have this problem until you guys showed up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, well, whatever. All right, episode 12. The town's fucked up. Mume is in a giant dog monster, and she's having butterfly hallucinations because she's so precious. Won't you please save Mume? She's so. Don't you want to
She's as
protect
fragile
her?
as those butterflies.
Oh, the butterflies. So she's got little wings made of light, and if I could just save her, if I could just reach into my TV and just choke the life out of that worthless fucking bitch, and just watch the life drain from her eyes, and just say,
just cradle her neck between my hands.
Just take a pipe and just beat her just mercilessly until she just stops breathing. I mean, no, I gotta protect me. Yeah. So, like I was saying, fucking
Ikoma and
Ikoma powers up.
Kurusu.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he showed.
They roll in like, you know, badasses into town coming to clean it up.
Now, the doctor, there's enemy doctor guy. He says, "Oh, if you put that black jizz in your body, it's gonna fuck you up. You are fucked. You hear me? You're fucked." So he's like, "I've got to do it to save Mume," and he just like pokes himself with the black jizz and turns into like a Super Saiyan. And it's like, okay, I can accept that because that's a nice solid deal, you know. I exchange my life for power, and even though I know they're probably gonna try and save him at the end. Right now, I mean, I see the terms of the deal and I'm good with it. Whatever. And then he goes in there and he and Kurusu.
Just call him Cruz.
Yeah, they go in there and they fuck shit up, and like no one can stop them. And like the nightstick guy is like, well, how about I hit you with a train? And then Ikoma does like some kind of like Hadouken on the train and blows it the fuck up. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a second. That if he can do that, then he should. What? I don't understand.
You see, like when he shot that black stuff into him, his face turned all metally and dark, and his eyes are all glowing red. And I thought he was gonna charge into town just like this unstoppable force, just like mowing bitches down, like, you know, like a steamroller, and just leaving a trail of dust behind him and smoke and fire and just knocking motherfuckers left and right. No, he's just a slightly more capable bitch ass, you know.
I think he injected himself with confidence. That's it. And like,
Yeah. I think that doctor was lying. He said, "This is my work in psychosomatic therapy. I want to see if
he should have shown up at the end and be like, the real power was inside you all along. That was really Diet Cola. Like, well, how did I grow all this metal shit on my face? I'm like, well, it's really gross Diet Cola.
That son was just belief in yourself."
Yeah. So he goes to save Mume, and of course, Biba shows up and he's like, let's have a duel. He's like, it's time to duel, and they fight. And the only guy that gets what's coming to him is the nightstick guy, because Ikoma's like, you know what, you killed a lot of people, and he just blasts that fool, and I'm like, thank you, at least. I
have to say that was satisfying. That guy was an asshole.
That's what I want. That's why you make assholes, so you can kill them.
Well, you know, the guy with the mask, did he get a satisfying death? I don't recall him getting killed.
The mask? You mean the guy that with the
Yeah, there was a guy. They were taking
blood, and
they were taking blood from. They hold the princess's people hostage on the train and forced them to give blood, and one of the people, you know, wanted to spare his wife of the bloodletting, and he asked, well, can I just give like double my amount or whatever? And one of Beeble's guys with a mask just cuts off his damn arm.
Well, he's like, let's make a deal, and then like, yeah, he cuts off his arm.
Yeah.
He's just a dick. But no, that guy doesn't.
He's a dick, and he didn't get a satisfying like comeuppance like Nightstick dude did.
I don't know. Is that an American thing? I mean, we usually in our entertainment, if somebody crosses a threshold, they die. I don't know. Maybe in Japan it's like, well, you know, we're all assholes sometimes. I know. I mean, who hasn't wanted to cut off a nigga's arm? I mean,
you must embrace the asshole within. That is the only way to defeat him.
All right. So Bebop and Ikoma are dueling. Ikoma's getting the upper hand because he's got the fucking black jizz. And blindness out of nowhere. I guess they were.
Yeah, that was weird. Ikuma he's about to lay down the coup de grace. Did I say that right?
Yeah, the coup de grace. Like,
no, coup.
Yeah. You said it wrong. Keep going.
Oh, whatever. I don't speak French. Barely speak English.
No.
He's about to lay down like his super move, his serious punch on Biba, and out of nowhere he just goes blind.
I think because he kept looking at his hand. Oh, see, I thought he kept looking at his hand because he eventually was able to do Hadokens, but maybe I think he was looking at his hand because he was going blind. But they didn't foreshadow that well enough. So yeah, all of a sudden he's blind, and then Bebop like.
Oh, I thought he was looking at his hands, and it was because the stuff was taking over his brain.
Well, maybe it was taking over his brain and he went blind. I don't know. It just seemed out of nowhere. Bebop tries to sneak up on him. Some implausible shit happens. Mume drops a rock in the water, and Ikoma turns around, blasts that nigga's arm off, and
you think Biba's dead because he goes flying and he lands in the lake or whatever, and he reveals that he's got like a Kabaneri heart, so I guess he's a Kabaneri too. Yeah,
but that's weird because, all right, Ikoma blasts his arm off. He goes flying, I guess, or something. Like I know I'm getting something wrong. Biba goes flying, but then I think we cut to some other shit, and then we come back, and then.
Well, no, okay, so like yeah, Biba gets blasted. He gets blasted, and Ikoma goes up to Mume to stab her.
Oh, he gives her the shit to get her back, and then he kind of passes out. But then Bebop comes back.
He wasn't really dead.
He wasn't really dead. I think he has his arm back. And I think he has some metal shit wrapped around like Ikoma did. I'm like, when did all of this happen?
No, well, because I think Biba had something around his neck too. Because if they gotta release the restraint around their neck, so the Kabaneri part can go full blast.
But I saw some like metal shit wrapped around his shoulder that I don't think was there before.
Well, I think that's what happens when your Kabaneri power goes on full tilt.
I don't know. All right. So he's fully intent to fucking kill Ikoma.
Or is he?
But at the last second, Ikoma is able to kill him, and then he's like, that'll do, pig, that'll do. And he fucking... what we find out later is he injects Ikoma with his
No,
little
no,
portion
no.
of white jizz? Maybe.
Okay, no, you're messing up the sequence here.
What?
Okay, after Ikoma saves Mume,
Yeah, he passes out.
Mume passes out. She wakes up. She's out.
Oh.
She's out. Yeah, be quiet. She's out of.
Don't tell me to be quiet.
No, you messed me up. She's out of the zombie conglomerate. She wakes up. She sees, Ikoma is passed out, and Biba is still alive, and he's walking towards Ikoma, and he's shooting at him or whatever.
Alright.
And she tells him to stop. She stops shooting at Ikoma, who's passed out on the ground. And he's about to lay down another attack on Ikoma, and Mume stabs him and kills him. She stabs him and kills Biba. He falls to the ground. Ikoma's still passed out. Kusuru finds both of them, and the people on the train, they cry out to them over the loudspeaker like, "Hey guys, we're on platform 13. If you guys are out there, come and join us now." So Ikoma, Kusuru, and Mume. I keep forgetting this bitch's name because she's got two names now.
Oh, yeah. Hozumi.
Yeah. So all three of them, they get back on the train, and all seems well, but Ikoma's still passed out. We probably think he's still dying because he injected himself with the black jizz, and Mume is working tirelessly to revive him. He revives, and it turns out like she's witnessing all the black metal stuff on Ikoma's body. It's slowly fading, and she's wondering why is he turning back to normal. And she figures out that her brother Biba must have injected him with white ooze to turn normal.
Can I talk now?
Yes, please.
None of that is incongruent with what I was saying.
Yes, it was. You were going out of sequence.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I'm tired and I'm slightly drunk. They implied that the black jizz would turn you into a Kabaneri because the whole time Kurusu is behind him. He's like, hey, are you a zombie? Because if you're a zombie, I'm going to stab the shit out of you. He's like, nah, dude, I'm cool. I'm still cool. But in the end, it just makes you really tired. Or maybe he stabbed him before he went full zombie.
No, he stabbed him before.
Okay.
I think there was a moment when it looks like Biba is attacking him, but he's actually, injecting him with the white stuff.
It's really fucking clumsy.
It is. This whole show is not executed well. The plots are just lazily done. The motivations make no sense. The characters are very thin. Yeah.
But it was all for a future where we can eat rice, and I think that's the important thing. So don't take rice for granted, because
rice is important, people.
Right. You could be in a zombie town with no fucking rice, and having some bullshit chick that you have to save over and over again for no reason because she sucks. I'm glad this is only 12 episodes. I'm glad it's over.
I'm glad it's over.
I think you know what? I think we were pretty enthusiastic about the first couple episodes.
Oh, no. I was totally hoping that it would be great.
When did it turn into shit? When did we get mad at it? Was it when Bebop arrived?
Oh no, it was way before then.
Really?
It was way before then that we kind of saw the writing on the wall. I think you mentioned in an early episode, I said this before, but you mentioned in the earlier episode that you just didn't feel the tension.
I think we felt it at first because it was new, and we were in one place.
We were, yes. When it was new, okay, frankly, I had my misgivings with it with the girl, because I really, really hate, unless the characters are very well done.
Mume or the princess?
Mume.
All right.
Actually, I like the princess. She was the only character that felt real to me, oddly enough.
Yeah? Go ahead.
I mean, like, she didn't really have that many layers to her character, but I just felt it was solid and consistent, and her motivations just made sense. Yeah. But Mume was a big turnoff. Usually that's a big red flag for me. When you have when you have cute girls doing ninja shit and they're badasses, and they have these painful pasts. I'm so sick of seeing that all the time. I mean, unless the character just has a lot going for them, they've got like these mini layers and mini quirks to them, and they just feel fleshed out and very real and personable. Usually I just hate that. I hate those kind of characters. They're so boring and overdone.
Yeah, I agree. I think once Mume became, well, I think a couple episodes in after Mume's appearance, I mean, it wasn't just that. It was a change of location and just a lack of direction. It's like they were in a safe place, but then it was fucked up, and then they got on a train, and then like that wasn't safe, and then they went to another place, and these places just got so easily fucked up. I'm like, I mean, they didn't even they had no time to take a stand. There was no safety, and so I stopped caring about them.
Yeah.
Because like no matter where you go, you're gonna get fucked. If you're in a city, you're fucked. If you're on the train, you're fucked. Then I don't know.
I like to contrast Mume's character with another character, not quite similar. It's a different genre show. It's like comedy, but Inuyasha, like one of the main characters is a demon hunter, and I can't remember the bitch's name.
Is that the one with the boomerang?
Yes,
Right.
she has a big ass boomerang. But she's another, young cute girl who can fight and fights demons, and she's got like ninja power. But that character is so much more interesting because she has her weaknesses just feel so real. She lost her entire family, and her brother is possessed.
So did Mume.
Yeah, but that character, the Inuyasha character, she had a quest to save her brother. She seemed to have a purpose. Like, I'm in this to get my brother back. And there was a light side to her too, because there was the monk that was always trying to get with her. So that she seemed to have more of a balance, and it was like she was part tragic and part funny, and that was way more interesting. But Mume is just all badass and emo and angsty, and it's just ugh.
I think what really killed it, I think I could have tolerated Mume if she had more depth to her character, but what killed it for me is when she just put everything off on Bebop, and she just became
okay, his name's Bebop, so maybe.
Yeah, I know. I just call him Bebop because that's cool. But like when she stopped doing things for herself and started doing things because she just does everything that Bebop says, then I'm checking out.
No, when that one part when she deviates from the plan when they're on that train, and like there's the Kabaneri that are kind of trapped in the middle of the train, and she kind of goes off on her own to fight them all by herself, and then she falls off, and Ikomo has to go after her. Do you remember that? They go into the mine shaft or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was a weird scene.
Yeah, and like she's that kind of pissed me off. I'm like, really? You're gonna put everybody in danger like that because some old dude like called you out?
Yeah, well, no, she fucked up. Well, yeah, she continues to fuck up this whole show.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think if it would have gone from her fucking up to her dealing with, coming to terms with the consequences of her continuous fuck ups, then I could have dealt with that. But instead, it was just she became a victim. It's like, no, bitch, you're not a victim. You've caused lots of death with your dumb bullshit.
Well, and that made Ikoma a very weak character too. Like, not to put this all on Mume, even though she's kind of like the driving force behind everything Ikoma does. Like, Ikoma essentially exists just to save her, and that seems to be his whole purpose.
Well, because his sister died.
Yeah. There we go. Fucking damn sister. Does nobody ever do anything for some other bitch other than a sister?
There's a lot of sisters dying in Japan, I guess.
Yeah, but Ikoma is doing everything for this chick. He seems to have no desires of his own, which kind of, and I feel like Ikoma could be a more interesting character if he had something he wanted, really.
Well, I liked him better when he was like, I'm going to prove to everyone that my gun is the baddest ass gun.
Thank you. That's when I thought the show had some promise, because I really thought it was about I thought that the show was going to be about this dude who made crazy inventions or whatever to fight these creatures, and everybody doubted him, and he was just this over irrational, emotional, like
inventor, tinkerer,
tinkerer that was really rash and impulsive and just did things to prove himself. Yeah. But then it turned into, no, I have to save this chick because she reminds me of my sister.
All right. Well, we've given this show more attention than it deserves. Hey.
I can't wait to do this again with another mediocre show.
Hey, you know what? The show I picked is not going to be bad. I don't know what you're going to pick.
No, you know what? You picked this.
Oh, yeah. The next show I pick is not going to be bad.
I mean, all in all, the greatest disappointment with this show is that it was just so mediocre.
Well, that's a lot of anime, though.
There are animes that are just really bad.
Like what?
They're just terrible. But this was just mediocre, and I think that's worse than just being bad.
Mediocre.
We
just watched Mad Max for the first time the other night.
So freaking late, Yeah. We let other people's opinion talk us out of watching Mad Max Fury Road, and that was the wrong decision.
Yeah. So yeah, Immortal John gives this a
Joe
gives us a mediocre.
Mediocre.
Out of whatever. All right, that's it.